Hello and welcome to another Tim Allen 1337 guide, where today I want to talk about the classes currently available on Xbox, along with the classes that were just announced yesterday to be released next week. And to re-answer one of the most popular questions on the channel, no Awakening has been announced yet, and I reserve the right to troll or be mean to anybody who asks about it in comments. Smiley face. I'm going to go over all the classes the best that I can using my 3 years of experience playing Black Desert Online on PC, but understand I haven't personally played each class in depth. I'm also going to be using PC footage for this video. It's the best way for me to be able to show you guys a good feel for each one of these classes, but I'm not showing any skills that won't be available in Xbox at release of the classes. First, let's go over the 4 new classes coming to Xbox next week: Dark Knight, Musa, Lawn, and Striker. Then I'll give some comments on the state of the rest of the classes available on Xbox. Let's start off with Striker, because I know a lot of people are excited about this class, and I happen to have quite a bit of experience playing it. This class will be strong. Maybe not right at release, but definitely when Awakening comes out, and probably right up until we start getting over 253 AP. Unfortunately, this class just doesn't scale with high-end AP too well, and there's more than some clunkiness to it as well. There's plenty of holes in their super armor rotations, which makes them more vulnerable when diving into groups of people. This class felt like it was designed with its Awakening as a tanky bruiser who can put out serious damage, but unfortunately with how much damage witches and wizards do, it's kind of been forced to become a skirmisher instead, and it's only marginally more tanky than other skirmisher classes. A final warning is grinding on this class is pretty horrible, especially in higher end grind spots where you can make all the money. With the buffs and quality of life updates to Warrior over the past year or so, I really don't see a reason to play Striker over Warrior. When's Musa coming out? Well, here it comes. Finally we get Musa. The game's only been out for a month, but I feel like everybody's been asking for Musa for a year. Everyone's very excited for this class, and it's really for great reason. Musa has great protected movement with their super armor dash. Their ability to trade damage is excellent. Quickly come in for a kill or just harass and then get out safely is not only amazing, but it's easy and repeatable. The struggle with this class really is just managing your stamina. This class should work very well with an Xbox controller and scales great into late game AP and is one of the best grinders in the game as well. If you guys are looking for a long-term and relatively easy class to play to be well-rounded, look no further than Musa. Dark Knight is one of the most interesting classes in Black Desert Online, very fluid and a great grinding class that puts out magic damage. Dark Knight's Unawakening kit is one of my favorites, with many fun and flourishing moves you'll use throughout your Awakening and Unawakening experience. One of the big draws to this class is its iframe abilities. In exchange, you have to deal with being fragile and managing your stamina properly though. Not a bad class, but definitely a niche pick. Lawn's an interesting pick for the first round of new classes for Xbox BDO because I think the class is kind of a well-kept secret. When new classes are released on PC, it takes us a while to figure out if they're actually good, for the balance patches to come through, where they fit into the meta, all that kind of stuff. But I think the community really forgot about Lawn, except for a couple of good players. The skill ceiling here is really high, but its jumping abilities, good range on catching mechanics, and the evasion buff it gets from its step back skill make it a really viable pick. This class focuses heavily on executing combos and great positioning. It's fragile, but really good at grinding PvE mobs as well, and you definitely don't want to be in a 1vx situation where it's not on your terms or favorable to you. If you're looking for a challenge, but to be rewarded, pick up this class right away and start working hard at it. Now let's take a quick look at the classes that are currently available, starting with Witch and Wizard. These classes will always be the most desired, do the most AoE damage, have the best heals, and have the most utility. It's healer and mage wrapped into one. With no Rebam skills, no absolute damage on pre-awakened skills, and no awakening, it might be a little hard to see right now. But trust me, it's coming. The only drawback to this class is their 1v1s take a lot of practice. It's not always easy defending your grind spot against a class with a grab. Those high cooldown skills like Meteor or Earthquake or Blizzard will eventually see a reduction in their cooldown timers, and the damage of these classes will just go way up in the coming patches. Berserker is always a solid choice. This is another high skill ceiling class that requires a lot of input. Excellent grinding class, good sustain, good natural tankiness, and the damage is incredible if you practice. My only thoughts on this class is it will likely be one of the hardest to manage on a controller with all the skill and animation cancels needed to be successful. But full disclosure, this is one of the classes I have the least amount of personal experience on, so take that all with a grain of salt. Sorceress, Queen of Iframes, a class that's always been a solid PvE grinder and one of the top 1vx classes. Another high skill ceiling class, but if you've been playing it, or at least trying it, and you can get some combos off, manage your stamina, stuff like that, when Awakening comes out, you'll be just fine. It's actually pretty hard to track an iframing Sorc with an Xbox controller, and it makes it incredibly powerful against specifically witches and wizards. I think Sorc will be a better pick on Xbox than it ever has on PC. Alright, let's dig into Warrior, and I gotta be honest, I'm on a big Warrior kick. The state of the game in PC makes Warrior look not only viable, but also a lot of fun. The game's gone through a lot of changes over the years, and this class unintentionally took some huge hits, but they've brought it back up to viability and scales very well with AP. The only issue with this class is it scales better with damage reduction instead of evasion, and we're seeing the meta really tip its hat to the classes that have evasion buffs. That being said, Warrior grinds well now, has great 1v1 and 1vx potential, and has pretty high skill ceiling, so practicing will be rewarding. Lots of Warrior damage will come in additional patches, so it's hard to see it now, but I promise it's coming. If you're playing Warrior and having fun, absolutely stick to it. Lastly, we have Ranger, probably the queen of the unawakened classes. It's hard to beat a good old-fashioned shotgun spam or descending current. This class is a really great PvE grinder, but also one of the best classes to 1v1 others in. 1 CC almost always is enough for any ranger with good knowledge to kill another player. The Awakening kit is melee, so do keep that in mind, but it opens up amazing opportunity for combos, and if you're looking for a ranged class, this actually isn't it. If you're not happy about something with Ranger, I suggest you take a look at Musa. So just a quick pitch on all the classes, including the ones coming out here. I'm extremely excited for the community that we're getting new classes so soon, and I wanted to give my opinion and some context for where the classes are going to go, especially as we get closer to Awakenings and higher gear. As always, I'm active with questions in the comments section, and I'm always coming out with new videos and guides, so smash that subscribe button. Make sure to jump into my live stream on Twitch Monday through Wednesday and Saturday starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. I wish you all the best in picking the right class for you, and have an excellent day.